So I just have this reoccurring constant thought and constant feeling, and that's kind of like it feels like like I said, that went off because I'm starting to get warm. But it seems like the number one thing that keeps replaying in my mind is that damn lovesick feeling, where it's not like I can't really be like, oh, it's a feeling of about okay, someone that I have that oh, it didn't work out or oh this or that. It was one of those things where it just never was. And I know I didn't feel as much as I could, but I felt enough to the point where I can't quite shake it. And there's been circumstances to where it doesn't seem like life wants me to shake it quite yet, anyways. But it's like a thing like where it's like it's not even that I have hope or anything. Maybe in the back of my mind, back of my heart, if that makes sense, that there is hope. But it's more so that I don't have anything else to like. There's nothing else that comes close. So my mind, my heart, everything is still clinging to these feelings and stuff like that because there's not other feelings. And just the best way to put it is literally just being love sick because I never had a shot. I never truly, in my wildest dreams, I could have done anything but anything. I never had a shot. And I thought I was okay with that. I still think I'm okay with that about this because I didn't feel everything. It just wasn't quite that thing like where you're like, oh, you know what? That's it. That's the one. I didn't have that. But even then, it was so close to being that for me, this connection, this whatever, so that it makes it so tough to think or like move on mentally because nothing else has come to even close to that, even though that's not the thing. Like, if that makes any sense. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, okay, let's say you had a steak that's like really good, but not like Wagyu, Japanese Wagyu. Like, you know the Wagyu stuff is the best stuff, but you just can't get like, and I'm just eating like a Salisbury steak, like chilling here with the microwave dinners. And it's like, so I'm like, okay, it's just, the feelings and all that stuff is still so different than anything else I've experienced, but I know there's better out there for me, obviously, because you think like reciprocated love is the best thing, like the thing when you both have love for each other, like that's the thing that we all want in this world. But even then, I still am it's one of those things that just replays in my mind constantly. And we're going on like 2 years of a similar deal where it's like, and I had the same experience or similar experience where it was replaying in my mind with, obviously don't go dark, but with what happened with my dad passing, in that I kept trying to figure out and try to move on or try to like be like, how do I live life without this? And I've been trying to do the same thing since without like having this person in my life, like the love thing. But and I thought I was like, but it's like it's one of those things where I've done big things. I've done leap of faith. I've like done things. I haven't just been complete. Like I've done things. Obviously failed a lot, but I've done things. But it's like it's one of those things that's just lingering. It's lingering in the background. It's just kind of still there. It's kind of still so that lovesick feeling. Although I don't feel as strongly as I did beforehand, it's still there. And it's 2 years later. And it's like, it's not like, oh, I have no confidence and I don't think I could, the relationship and stuff is possible. Like, it's like, I think that stuff is whatever. Obviously timing right now, not great for me. But it's one of those things where I just cannot for the life of me there's no one I can't think of that compares. So this lovesick feeling kind of just dominates my life. And it's not just dominates the love life or dominates whatever. It dominates every aspect. Like, it really truly doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't matter the circumstances. This kind of feeling, this whatever deal has been the overarching, like, main thing that has kind of affected my entire life. It's like a motivator for me. It's made me in my feels. It's been this reoccurring thing. And I feel like it's strange because it's not like one of those things where I'm like, oh, she's the one that got away and all that stuff. I don't feel that way. Obviously, in certain ways, like you like to be around the person and stuff like that. But it doesn't feel like, oh, I missed something or I did something wrong. Like, it just does not feel like that. So this lovesick feeling is tough because I'm like, if I didn't do anything wrong necessarily, and it doesn't feel like that was it. Why is this still so strong? It's like, and it's one thing when it's like when you got a few different things going at once with life, and I'm not just saying like, oh, a few different relationships, a few different ones. When you're like, okay, your mind's thinking about like, okay, career stuff, or think about living, where am I gonna be, or you're thinking about family, or you think about whatever, And those are aspects of my life. I think about them, but I don't really think about them. I don't really feel. Obviously, being numb, going through the process, losing dad makes you numb. You don't feel as much as you normally would. But when it comes to this, the love sick, all that stuff, it makes it so that the other things don't even really truly exist in my mind and my heart, because it's like, okay, I think about those, and occasionally I think about, oh, should I go there? Should I do this? Or, oh, what I want to do here or that, or hang out with family. It's like there are things that have happened, but they don't feel like they happen because this thing is the thing that feels like it's the happen. It feels like the A plot or the whatever. Everything kind of feels like BC plots, even though there's still big things happening, and obviously love family, love friends, whatever. But it's just that it's like, it feels like my entire, like up here, heart, all stuff, even though not complete, I didn't like fall completely or whatever, it really just does not care about anything else except this thing, because this thing feels like the thing that like I can't fix. And it's one of those things where I don't truly know what I'm doing wrong. I'm sure but it's only one of those things where like at a certain point when you don't feel like you're doing anything wrong, it's been years, there's obviously a point to what's happening, obviously, even if it's just motivation, even if it's just to push me to do things. But damn, is it tough sitting there and being like, why can't I move on? I can't like physically think of I can't get on to the next thing. And not just with love, but with just in life. I literally cannot think. When I write, I'm always writing in circles because of the fact I cannot move on or care. Like I'm in a very like unpredictable whatever time of my life. So you'd think there's a lot of stuff I would care about, and there's like little bits of me and pieces I care. But it's like, truly, all this stuff does not affect me. The stuff that affects me has to do with this thing. And so when stuff happens or it doesn't happen, it affects me a lot. Even though I know all this stuff and know like, oh, okay, not interested, it's not reciprocated, it wasn't as much as I could have, and all this stuff, it still affects me in a way that nothing compares to. It's like the final boss of my life right now. Like the thing that's kind of I can't beat is this thing, this lovesick damn feeling. And it honestly led me so crazy enough to like, I'm not great at it, but like to write songs, led me to try to learn how to do music, led me to write a ton. One of the big things that was writing was feeling whatever. It initially was losing father, all that stuff, but then it kind of heightened it to where it's like, it's still a thing I do recurring, is this feeling. It has such an effect on my emotions that has caused me to do so many different things. Even this, doing these kind of videos is likely a residual effect of this love sickness feeling, because it's the last few years, it's been dominating my mind, the last few years, but making these videos, even if they get like 15 views, I still consistently make these videos. It's so crazy how something that hurts so much is something that's kind of prompted me to do so many things. And it's wild though, like to still get consistently, in a sense, like to be like feeling this way, it sucks a lot. It's really not fun, but it's like you can kind of see, you kind of just know when certain things have to happen in life, and this feels one of those things. It just F's me up that it is reoccurring. It's not like, okay, had that experience, didn't whatever, heart, all this stuff, okay, that happened, then onto the next part of life. It's like this thing is still attached, like this feeling, this thing is still attached to my life. It has not let go. It's like the numbness thing that I had for 2.5 years. This has been like 2 years of feeling this way. It is a long time to feel a certain way, and it's a long time for something that is like not bad or negative, but something that like is like to be the number one thing in your life, the thing that dominates everything. It's tough for that to be the biggest thing in your life. Like you think you would want to be, oh, my girlfriend, or oh, my wife, or oh, my kids, or oh, like, oh, I got this great career, I'm doing this thing, moving here. Like it's like you think those things would be the things that like that you'd want to be like being the number one, being the things that you think about the most in life. But it's like, damn, it's like this thing is like here, and then everything is just right here. And there's big things happening. There's a lot of things happening that are like kind of big, but it's like they do not feel like anything compared to it. And I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that, but damn lovesick feeling is wildly tough. And it's one of those things that I cannot shake. So I was curious, any of you guys in a similar boat? Any of you guys got a lovesick feeling? And hope you're doing well and have a nice day. Love you guys, and subscribe like if you want. See ya.